Hello, my name's Chris Andrus. Today's date is October 31st, Halloween 2022. So, um, episode 4 here. Been working away. Uh, it's kind of weird, kind of positive, kind of exciting, kind of scary, super scary still. I won't even joke about that a bit. The big things right now is just really hitting the ground running. Um, Trying to figure out all the ideas and stuff like that. I got a whole bunch of travel coming up, and that's kind of throwing a wrench into things. Not that it's a bad thing. I cannot wait to get out and travel for the first time without the restrictions of, or actually not restrictions, with the freedom to not have really anywhere to be back or worry about, oh no, what has happened at work, what has taken place, what is going on here, all the different stresses that I always have felt when I do travel. Usually it takes me 3-4 days to wind down, get into the travel mode, and then it takes me probably the last 3-4 days of the trip unwinding up. The anxiety and all that stuff is pretty hard to deal with, to come back, because it's like, how many emails do I come back? Quite often on a 1 week, 2 week holiday, I would have upwards of 1,500 to 2,000 emails to process. Not that every one of them had action items to it, but everyone had to have some review or some kind of touch point on it, and it would be as simple as just, okay, look through it real quick and move on, delete. But others had to be touched on, and there had to be an action to it. So, as you can imagine, your mind would be sinking back to what that would look like. And don't get me wrong, it's a cool thing at times, but it also takes away from uh, the lifestyle too. You can usually tell towards the end of the holiday, I'd be sinking pretty deep into that work mode, and that have to get this done, have to work through this and all that stuff. And it's just one of those things that I'm pretty excited to really see with new eyes, new feelings, new visions. But that's just a couple of weeks away till I leave for Namibia. I leave for California here soon too. That's the other thing. It's just trying to figure out what pieces to get in place right now so I can travel and be my normal self. Uh, which is always just happy and energetic and wild. Today was a really good day. I met with a good friend there. She advised on a bunch of her strategies and business plans. She made the leap years ago, and she's been rocking it since. Absolutely inspirational to talk to her about how she navigates the business and what she does to make it profitable and still living the best life. And that's one of the keys. It's that work-life balance. Um, it's really cool to watch and listen to. Again, the outpour of so many people uh, kind of surprised me. A lot of people actually thought the photography thing was my full-time gig, which I've been striving for a long time, and I really appreciate all the kind words and that stuff from everybody reaching out thinking it was my primary gig. But no, it's the corporate world has been my primary gig, and it was a great gig for the life that I had wanted to live. But touching on what I want to live now, and it's truly that work to live, not live to work mentality. And it's really energizing to see so many successful people reaching out that have done it, and every one of them said the same thing. It's scary as hell, and that's kind of why I'm doing this journal, is because I really want to catch myself on where I'm at each day. And like day to day, I don't think it's going to change too much, but a month out, I want to see if I'm in the same mindset and put these strategies to test, and whether the strategies work or not. I think it's a great reference point to where it might be. Like, uh, who knows where this is going to sit in a month on in Namibia while I'm there. I don't think I'm going to have too much time for wondering what's going on, other than in the moment, enjoying hanging out with friends, participants, and just making the best of every day and enjoying the most present moments. So that's super exciting. Um, Practicing yoga, that's the one thing I'm dedicating myself to. And I think anybody that takes this journey has to stay true to one thing: exercise. It's so easy to just say, okay, I'm just going to have a nap, or I'm just going to chill out here and not move and all that stuff. And I think that's one of the casualties of when you do leave your job. It is a loss, and you got to grieve it. Like, I'm leaving my job there, and I have to grieve that. And it's really exciting to look at the opportunities of this world, and it is a go get it world where nothing's going to come to me without trying and really putting the work in. And that's the way it should be. You have to work for it, or you should have to work for it. I think working for it makes it more valuable to yourself, um, all that good stuff. But the yoga, that practice is so pure to me. It's pretty much just one of those things that has to happen. It's probably one of the most cleansing feelings when you are on your mat and you have dedicated that or carved that hour out to give that time to yourself and appreciate your breath, appreciate for the way your body moves. You don't have to be super flexible. You don't have to do handstands or all those other crazy stuff that you see people doing around the world. Just moving, a little bit of bending, a little bit of flexibility, and within moments of starting that practice, I find the world starts to center itself. I center myself, and I really appreciate every moment of that. So, back to the world ahead. Uh, it's going to be pretty cool. Um, Lots of motion. The challenge, though, like if anybody's taking this leap, is you want to make everything to happen now. In corporate world, when you put an idea out there, an actionable item out there, usually you can see it come to life pretty quick. You can usually get some momentum on it. You can have a meeting with people to get more momentum. By the end of the day, you actually have a plan, and there's a lot of momentum. In this world, you have to really work that plan, and then you have to get in front of people, and you got to put your left foot right in front of your right foot and march away. The opportunities you have to hunt out, and it's on you to make it work. There's no director or VP or anybody else that's going to make that decision to get you the team to make it happen. This is all on me to make it happen, and that's the exciting part. uh, I've I've got enough skill sets to make that kind of stuff happen. I hope the management world that I come from was full of that stuff. Making sure you made the right connections, making sure you inspired, making sure that you had the momentum to keep the project to life. And that's where I see this, is just getting the project to life. But the challenge again is you want this now, and you want that steady stream coming in, and the first thing that you think about is, okay, the bank can't house this much, so that's how much is in the gas tank. So I need to make this much money as quick as possible, and it's just not doable unless you get a sweet little lucky thing. You just can't meet everyone in one day, or throw out all the spam emails, or beg everybody for a meeting. Everybody's got their own agendas and stuff like that. So it's the part that I'm gonna probably learn the most from, is taking a step back and just really analyzing the way it is. And going back to what I said yesterday, was writing that business plan and making sure that I build that strong foundation right at the very start. Because if I get all these ideas and I throw all this out and I spam everybody, and then I can't make the commitments over the next couple months here, that's going to be pretty bad business practice when everybody reaches out and says, hey, I want to do this shoot, or I want to do this, and hey, I really liked what you're offering here. Let's connect. And I have to be flaky, or say I'm out of town till this date, and then I'm back for 4 days and then gone again. So I know that's a me problem, and it's it's hard to feel bad about, because it's like, shit, I'm pretty damn lucky to have these opportunities already, and have the doors open, and have the connections already with so many amazing people and so many amazing creatives out there that all have been just throwing their ideas and openly sharing their plans and their strategies. It's it truly is a collaborative community, and I really am so inspired by that. Some of the things that be working on while I'm away, because I think that's one thing that you can never really stop doing, is having some type of work to do, whether it be your business plan, your ideas, having some paper, always writing that stuff down, because I think if you don't write it down, it's as as easy to get away from you if you don't write it down. So I've got so many little notepad papers getting around here. It's kind of freaky how many little strap notes I have for voice memos. But I think that's part of the thing that really needs to be done, and I don't think we do it enough, is just writing our ideas down, making sure we keep logs of that. One of the things that I did talk to this great human about was, she recommended doing a cost of doing business spreadsheet, and I really am really excited about doing that. And it's kind of like the whole strategy of the cost of doing business. What's the dream income? What's it going to cost to do that? What's your bills? What's your overhead? What's worth it? What's not? And then just really working and strategizing towards that. I was really lucky that I did the offbeat photography business. That's not a plug, but if you want it, check it out. It's pretty good. It's the offbeat photography business, and I did that probably a year ago, and maybe 2 years ago now. And there's a bunch of inspiring stuff in there that I am gonna be really work on as well, just trying to get into motion. And it's some world phenomenal photographers sharing their ideas, but it's also the conversations, and that's the one thing I've held true. Anybody that sent me a text today, that I have I've met before in the past, I have picked up the phone and called, which normally, introverted, I highly doubt I would just reach out and say, hey, want to chat? And it's been nice just to chat with some people I haven't chatted with a long time. A couple friends from the corporation there have reached out as well and just thanking me, and that really boosted my morale up a bit there. Just with my footsteps are in that company, and there's a legacy there. I'll, even if no one sees it, I'll pretend it is. It's just one of those things to really remind yourself that you are who you are, and the legacy that you build on. People may not know where that came from, but you will always remember where that came from. And that's one of the big things I want to remind anybody going through this is, be kind to yourself. Your legacy that you built for years in that corporate world, or wherever you built that. Maybe you're leaving photography to go into corporate. You built a heck of a legacy, and wherever you are in the world, that's where you're meant to be. When the time comes to make the moves, that's the right time. There's no time sooner, or there's no time later. I keep telling myself over and over that I've done this too early, but maybe I haven't. Maybe I just don't see it yet. Maybe in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, I'll be able to say, nope, it was the perfect time. It was the perfect nudge. It was the perfect anything. And it's quite exciting. The one thing I am learning real quick is insurance is expensive. Telephones are expensive. Everything's expensive. So it's all those things, just getting strategies on, working on what is needed and what's the next steps and all that. And I think that's the one thing I do over hindsight 2020, and I know I'm only like episode 4 now. It would have been having everything lined up, that in the business sense, that you need your insurance, you need phone, you need all these little things. But on the same note too, if I had all those lined up, what would I be doing right now? Would I be wallowing? Would I be soaring? But the bright days, like the energy is back, and I'm excited. Comes and goes. That's the one thing I'll tell you right now too, is it comes and goes. But overall, pretty stoked. I really just can't wait to get down to California, say hi to everyone, meet some great humans. Really can't wait to get to Namibia, hang out there for a few weeks, and just continue to reach out to a ton of people. Reached out to a few people in Africa that run some safaris as well, saying, hey, freelance, I'm totally available for anything these days, so give me a call if you guys are interested, and I will keep pestering them till they say yes. That's one of my hidden talents. I'm good at pestering, so I'll keep bugging them a bit. But it's amazing how I start talking and I think I'm going to talk for 5 minutes, and 15 minutes later it's like, holy smokes. But I'll close off, I guess, with one thought here. Earlier this year, I did a presentation for uh, Land and Sea. It's one of Dave Brocha's babies there that every year he did Land and Sea. And sadly, this 2023 was going to be the last year, but the barn and everything was wiped out that he hosted this in 2023. And it was really surprising, or not surprising, sorry, but it was really devastating that the barn was wiped out and all the damage with the hurricane for that. So it's one of those things that really caught us all off guard, because we always thought we had that next year to do it. And that would have been the final year. But I did the presentation for Land and Sea about saying yes, and just putting the left foot in front of right foot. And I realize now that presentation that I did for everyone was for me. It was more for me for that presentation than anyone in that room. And I remember talking to that room, and I remember not really seeing too many faces because I was quite nervous doing that presentation. And it's remarkable to think now that when I was doing that presentation, I didn't see the faces, but it was me hearing those words about saying yes and walking through that door and taking every opportunity you can. And it's one of those things that now have resonated with me stupid amounts, because it's like, holy smokes, I hear that and I wish I would have recorded that now. And that's kind of the trigger of why I'm recording this. I know this is just me yammering, but these little things that I want to be reminded about a year down the road of where I was at, or what was going on. And that presentation now means more than anything, like my other presentations that I've done, because that one right there was me confirming to myself and walking the walk, or walking the talk, because I told everybody in that room, and those words must have echoed into the universe, that you have an opportunity, take it. And I said yes. So hence now I'm sitting here wondering where I'm at, what I'm doing, but it's pretty awesome. I've asked myself 1,000 times, should I be putting this out there in the universe? Should I be sharing this kind of vulnerability, this kind of truth, or I guess what I am, or what the fears are? Should I be showing this, or should I be showing the brave face of, we got this, I'm not worried at all, and just really that enthusiasm and fearlessness that I can have at times. I still think that the true authentic self, the fears, the challenges, is the way to go on this. I'll always probably question that, just because you never know how things are taken out there, I guess. But to me, to document one's journey, pretty cool. Like years ago, we had to document this kind of stuff with journals and stuff like that. And then when we left, or when we transitioned to the next life, or whatever is out there, the journal could be read. And years down the road, well, we're in a video stage now, and this is no different than me just kind of keeping logs in my journal. If somebody finds it, you can watch it and read it, or listen to it. If you want to flip the pages fast, you can flip the pages fast. If you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to listen to it. It's like that when I look at a journal, it's, you don't have to read it, but you never know what's in there. So I'm going to come in at under 20 minutes today, and I'm really thinking that I need to get these faster, but for some reason I just spew my mind out there, and it should be fun. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what's going on, and I can't wait to actually connect with a bunch of friends here soon, and just really, really live and enjoy and create some magic in the places that I'm going, and I can't wait to share that with everyone. Finally got through. I started out over 130,000 photos. I've got down to 125,000. I've edited some new images that I'm super excited about getting out. I've got possibly an interview set up with with a radio or with a TV station. We'll see what's going on. I'm pretty stoked. Other than that, have a great evening, everyone. Namaste. Talk to you soon. And just remember, be really kind to yourselves and enjoy, and check in tomorrow.